decentralization in blockchain is a great example of a pain point that is a vitamin to most people, actually, right? If you would have done your actual proper market validation. And we have seen that in the last 10 years when founders tried to sell the solution as decentralized, like censorship resistant, and so on. And while these are strong value propositions, they are not strong value propositions to the majority of the market, right? They are really, really, really helpful to people that might be unbanked or that live in a war zone or that live in a censoring country, right? Russia, China, North Korea, these kind of countries, for example, their blockchain for certain payments or holding wealth can be really interesting or appealing. Of course, it can also be appealing to certain less legit or non-legit groups, obviously, right? Because if you hack someone, there's not a bank that suddenly can freeze your account or something like that, right? So there's a wide range of people that really benefit from decentralization and censorship resistance, but it's far less than people thought it to be. And I think the last 5 years we have seen that play out on a big scale, looking at Solana and a lot of other layer ones and now layer twos and even layer threes and whatever, right? We have seen that these become increasingly centralized. And while people complained, and they still complain, they never complain to that extent, at least not the mass, that projects actually moved more like with more power towards decentralization, right? And that's what I want to say with this is while this is a great idea, right? And in general, a lot of things sound great on paper, they don't might appeal to the big market or to the market that you think you're serving, right? And decentralization is definitely one of these things. For example, we don't really need decentralization in a lot of cases if we just want to tokenize something, right? Because if we tokenize real estate or a watch or whatever, most likely chances are that somewhere down the supply chain, right, you are anyways super centralized, right? Or your investors don't buy your token at piece into your project for decentralization, but just to get a little bit of that upside or a fractionalized ownership or something like that, right? So it really always depends on who you target and what the main incentive is to buy from you. And yeah, I just thought I would share that because that's definitely a big one that people still seem to misunderstand. And yeah, I hope someone